So here's the number one question I always get when people ask me about the gluten-free, casein-free diet, and I'm sure people will ask you too. What about calcium?
Oh yeah, I love that question. So, um, I, so we are so focused on calcium, and there's a really great book written by Anne Marie Colvin called The Whole Foods Guide to Strong Bones. And Anne Marie, she passed away, I think last year or the year before, but she has been preaching about bone health and using whole foods as a way to have healthy bones as you age. She's been preaching about since like the 70s, and people are just starting to listen to what she says. So we are so focused on calcium, but what she talks about is how and I do have a section in my book where I talk about bone health and calcium because this, of course, is the question that you get.
Yeah.
And what she talks about is how there are all of these different minerals and proteins and vitamins that actually go into having strong bones, and it's not just about the calcium. And your bones are made of a collagen matrix, which is a protein matrix, which actually gives your bones some flexibility. So if you were to fall or bang your shin really hard or whatever it is that you do to your bones, if they're so brittle, if they're just rock hard structures, chances are they're going to break. And so this collagen matrix that comes from eating proteins will give your bones that they're able to absorb impact better rather than just break. So the other component in your bones is going to be this mineral component. So things like calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, all of these different minerals. And this is what makes your bones rigid. So if you were to take away this collagen matrix, the protein matrix that's in your bones, and just leave behind the mineral component, what you end up with is a structure that's a lot like chalk. So it's very breakable.
Yeah.
And when you dissolve away the mineral component and you're left with just the protein collagen matrix, you have something that's bendable and doesn't break. So her argument is that we have put so much focus on the calcium, all we're doing is building this mineral component of our bones and actually making them more breakable. So the United States has one of the highest rates of hip fractures, osteoporosis, and bone diseases in the world. And the only countries that have higher rates than us are countries that are eating more milk per capita than us. And so I think that what you can see, there's a trend towards more milk equals more bone disease. And so first off, I don't believe that we need as much calcium as we think. And we eat a lot of cruciferous vegetables, things like kale, collards, Brussels sprouts, all of those types of vegetables, cauliflower is a new craze. Apparently you can make anything out of it.
Yep.
And you get a lot of calcium from eating these vegetables. And some other really great sources of foods to help protect your bones are going to be things like eating bones. So sardines, making bone broth, those types of foods have a better nutrient profile to support your bones than just eating dairy, where you're really just focusing on the calcium.
Yeah, we should specify the sardines are the sardines with bones, not the boneless sardines.
Yeah, exactly.
I buy boneless sardines, and I hate sardines, but my kids actually like them. Two of my kids like them, which is the most bizarre thing on earth. But and my wife likes them, but they won't eat the bones. But I'll take the nice omegas and the protein, and we'll just we'll figure out our minerals somewhere else.
You're like, I'll just have my bone broth
Yeah,
for days.
exactly. Well, the protein that I put in my smoothie I was telling you about is actually the bone broth or the collagen protein. So there you go.
There you go. Avoid those. Well, and I buy the headless, tailless, scaleless versions, but I like them, and my kids actually really like them too. My kids do disgusting things to them. I won't tell you, but
with the bones, they'll eat them with the bones.
Well, they pull the bones out and then eat the bones by themselves. I mean,
No
it's
way.
it's disgusting. Well, my husband won't eat them,
Yeah,
and
that's me.
so when he watches, he can't even watch them eat them. But he just finds it to be totally repulsive.
I think I'm in his camp, so it's all right.
Yeah.